Welcome and or welcome back to Off the Reel. If you want to see more movie reviews from us, go ahead, subscribe right now, click the notification bell, and at the very end of this video, you can go to our playlist. There will be tons more to see.
Alright, so today we'll be reviewing Slender Man.
Let's do it. Alright, so this movie is about four girls, and I suppose by extension another girl and another guy. They take on this curse. Is that what we want to call it? Is that what this is now? A curse? Slender Man. Okay, they watch a video and that summons Slender Man to come after them and eventually take them. However that works. Slender Man is like from the internet, so I guess they're like, oh yeah, you summon him through the internet, and then he like comes after you through video chat. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And yeah, basically one girl goes missing, and the rest start freaking out and going crazy. Slender Man gets closer and closer to him. Blah blah blah. Inception. Let's go. All right, so jumping right into it, creativity / originality. What'd you think? Oh yeah, I forgot I should introduce you. This is Corey.
Hello.
New little co-host for the show. Not much more to be said there. Maybe later. Okay, so yeah, creativity, originality. First things first, I'm just saying I'm not giving it my point. Like, it's just another standard. Like, this was inevitable, really. Like, the moment Slender Man got made into a popular creepypasta, it was inevitable that there would be a B-rate movie about it coming out one day. Just like there is, like, every other Krampus, everything. Like, it's gonna happen one day, so I'm not giving it my point.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It just wasn't too creative. It's just kind of a B-rate movie. Just nothing in it really kind of stuck out to me. Just it was there to watch, and I watched it.
It just follows the same pattern as every other horror movie. Like, put a jump scare in every 25 minutes, have like a little creepy noise that eventually leads to nothing. Like, it's just, there's nothing new to it. So, no point there. Let's move on to the plot of the movie. This is probably one of the points that I'm most back and forth on. But overall, I'm not giving it my point for plot. I mean, like, generally it's okay, but there
was like a lot of back and forth. Like, there was no consistency in this. Like once you figure, like, you think you've got the plot, it just downhill. Like, just.
They went a little far with the whole dream sequences thing, and that, I mean, they were doing too many dreams within dreams.
Yeah, like, this isn't Inception. This is supposed to be Slender Man.
Like, since when is Slender Man Freddy Krueger? They gave him so many aspects that just are not part of what Slender Man is. Slender Man is a very simple concept. Mm-hmm. He's in the woods, he takes you. That's it. Like, yeah. That's all there is to it. He doesn't move after you in creepy ways. Like, you've all played the game. You don't see him move. He doesn't move. He just stands there, and he gets closer and closer, and if you look at him for too long, he drives you mad. So it's like, that's all you need. You don't need the dream sleep, whatever I just said. You don't need all of that. And it just muddies things up. And then you've got, like, people going here, you got this weird romantic subplot, you've got abusive father subplot, little sister neglect subplot. So, yeah. No point for plot. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I can't give it the point for plot. It's just too all over the place.
Alright, moving on to the characters. I was actually feeling pretty good about this movie's characters for a minute.
Yeah.
And then nope. And then it just, right towards the end, it took a solid first thing we got to talk about is Slender Man. Not my Slender Man. Hashtag not my Slender Man. Like, okay, I just gotta say something. We just watched this movie today. And, like, I wasn't tired when I watched it, but I was falling asleep. It is a boring movie. It is just a boring movie. Every time maybe like a little suspense even gets going, it just flatlines and becomes nothing. It's like when Slender Man is actually on screen, that's the flatline moment.
Yeah, they had this really, like, it wasn't even good build-up. It was just like, oh yeah, you know, we're about to throw Slender Man out here, so let's hype it up just enough, and then we're just gonna let it go, because...
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, Slender Man is not a character that you see up close and personal for extended periods of time, and that's what scares you.
Yeah.
Slender Man is the guy that lingers in the shadows, or you see for a blink of an eye, and then he has you, and you're done.
And you know what's one thing is, he really doesn't even need hype himself. Like, most of the people who are probably going to go see this movie, they know who he is.
Yeah.
And, like, they know everything about him.
Like you.
So, like, there isn't really even any need to do, like, to build fake hype. Like,
Yeah, you don't need them to show all these pictures and videos of Slender Man popping up. Like, you can just make it happen. And these characters are almost too developed. Like, they're almost too overdeveloped for this movie. Like, Slender Man could be a 30-minute to an hour movie just about Slender Man.
yeah.
And, like, you do Slender Man a little bit more correctly, and it would probably be pretty good to watch.
Yeah.
Might not be the best movie ever, but it was still pretty good to watch, just because Slender Man does have some interest to him. But, like, you start going into, like, the backgrounds of all these characters, and it's like, frankly, that's just not what anybody cares about.
No, everyone was there just for Slender Man.
And then, what's her face? Ren. She does a complete 180, and for some reason sends Lizzie off to, like, sacrifice whatever to Slender Man.
She sacrifices Lizzie
Yeah.
to try and get Zoe back.
Yeah. But, like, that's an evil move.
Yeah.
Why? It just... I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, when did she go so crazy? When did she reach that point? And then Chloe doesn't get taken. She just gets driven mad.
The thing with Ren was, it's like, once she finally, like, saw, like, Slenderman's face, because then it's like, once you see his face, like, oh, you go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she goes crazy so much faster. Like, you can tell she's crazy, obviously. She's going to, like, the library and doing all this research, and, like, just by the way she is acting, like, oh, she's crazy. Like, she was, at one point she was even listing off all the things of, like, what the crazy people do, and I looked over at Dylan, I'm like, she literally has every trait of what she's listing off, like, while she's listing it off.
Other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, the characters started off pretty strong, although they were a little bit too, like, too real. Like, they were trying to, like, do so many things that would make these characters seem like real people.
Yeah, they did a good job at that, but that's...
It was almost too much, though.
Yeah.
It's like, how many things can you do in a minute that'll make people believe that these are just normal people? But, yeah, so no point for characters on my end. How about you?
Yeah, no.
Off to a strong start for Slender Man. Acting.
I didn't think it was bad.
It's not bad acting.
No.
The question for me here is it above average acting?
I think for what they got, there were some parts that I think were pretty good.
I mean, you know, I guess I gotta give it to him. I just don't know.
I would give them a point for acting.
Give them a point for acting?
I would give them a point for acting. I think they were convincing enough for what they were trying to pull off with what they got.
I suppose also there were a few moments when there was a bit of weak acting, but that might have just been direction for all I know. As far as the acting goes, they were pretty half decent, so I'll give it my point for acting as well. Dialogue. The dialogue was a little over expository to me. Like they just kept saying plot details over and over again, and when I was looking at their texts, I read their texts, and it's like people don't talk like that. Like when Zoe goes away, she's like something like, "Don't worry, she'll come back. She has to." It's like no one texts that. That's like a silly thing to text. Like she has to.
You're like, normally they just be like, "Yeah, she'll be back."
Yeah.
Like,
she'll come back.
She has to come back.
She'll come back. She has to.
No.
There's no emotion in a text. Why would you say such a thing?
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I'm not giving it my point for dialogue.
Yeah, me neither.
Alright. 5 points in, 1 point earned. This might just be the worst off a movie has been that we've had. Moving on to visuals. Now this one, again, a little back and forth on it.
All the stuff in the forest looked pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they nailed the forest down. It's kind of hard to not nail a forest.
Slender Man didn't look that good.
He didn't look that good.
And I don't know, I mean, just above, like, especially to say the visuals are above average, no. I can't do it. Cannot give it my point for visuals.
Yeah, I can't, because I mean the whole movie's about Slender Man. That their budget should have funneled in to make the one thing that they're making the movie about.
There was a lot of really trippy stuff going on with the little pregnant thing.
Yeah, that could be a whole nother discussion in itself.
What does that mean?
That makes just.
Is that to imply that Slender Man? What am I supposed to take from that? I don't understand.
That's just the most random thing.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even explain. Like, there was no explanation to why.
Slender Man put a baby in that woman. Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah, so no point for visuals. Soundtrack. I mean,
there was a good soundtrack.
It fit, I guess.
Yeah.
It was.
They had the decent, creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy enough. Like, I mean, it was just what kind of music are you gonna have in there?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd give a point for soundtrack.
Yeah, easy. Tone.
No.
Just the sheer amount of boredom I had in that movie. Oh, so much lost suspense.
So much build up for nothing, and then to be bored again.
It wasn't good. It was a bad roller coaster.
Yeah, it was not a fun trip.
No point for tone. Impact. This movie currently has, I believe, an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that I trust Rotten Tomatoes, but I trust that rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a, what does it have on IMDb? Not good. That's what. And it has a 1 out of 5 on some other reviews. Generally speaking, bad reviews. It hasn't received great viewership as far as box office goes, I don't believe. And it's left a pretty sour taste in my mouth, if I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, it had an impact on me, just not a good one.
Not a good one.
Not a good one. No point for it.
I mean, it's just a money grab, really.
Yeah.
But I don't think they grabbed any money. No point for impact. And that brings us to our last point, the opinion point. How'd you feel about this movie, Corey?
I knew it was gonna be not good. I mean, it's.
Right.
I wanted it to be good because it's such a cool concept, and
Right.
I don't know, I feel like when I heard it was an hour and 30 minutes, I was like, okay, I mean, they're not trying to, like, push it,
Yeah.
so maybe it could be good.
Like a 2-hour Slender Man movie, I would have felt like walking out of. That would have been a little long.
30 more minutes of dream sequences.
Oh, God.
And just...
Maybe we would have gotten to see what was up with that baby.
That's probably the most interesting thing of the movie. Was
Maybe the last act would have followed friggin' Tom and whatever crap he was going through.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Tom and Lizzie and how they're gonna handle this now.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, they could make another Slender Man movie.
Yeah, sure could.
Because they still got Tom and Lizzie.
They still got Slender Man.
They still think, yeah.
Could you imagine if they had managed to kill off Slender Man or something in this movie?
God.
That would have been rough.
That would have been rough. For real.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, again, I was bored off Matukus.
They basically did kill him off by having this movie. Like...
Yeah. I think they put the nail in the Slender Man coffin.
Yeah.
No point for opinion. Now, we're currently sitting at a whopping 2 out of 10. We have an ability here. Each of us, if we feel necessary, we can give it half a point.
No. No. You don't need a half a point.
See, I think I actually will give it half a point.
Yeah?
Because even though I was bored out of my mind in this movie and it destroyed Slender Man and various other things, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, there is room to go lower.
You're right. And, I mean, I really did like that scene where she, like, got grabbed and she made that sound. That was a genuine, like...
That was pretty decent, yeah.
I could see it. Yeah.
So, I am going to give it my half a point. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing is, you can take away the half of a point as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can give it, take, or you can just leave it, so...
You know what? Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Do you think it deserves more than a 2.5?
I have so much power right here.
Or should it sit right there?
Yeah, I'll give it my half point. It's not the worst thing I've seen, but I wouldn't watch it again. I would not watch that movie again.
I will not be watching this movie again.
I will not be watching this movie again.
That was miserable.
Yeah.
That was the worst time I've had in a movie in a while.
Yeah.
Official rating for Slender Man is a 3 out of 10, which is by far the lowest review we've had on this show. Welcome to the show, Corey. Tearing movies apart already. We'll wrap up here. If you want to see more movie reviews, there's a playlist at the end of this video. You can click through. We have plenty to go through. Subscribe for more. Click the notification bell. Leave a like. Comment if you have seen the movie, whether or not you were left completely bored or you thought it did Slender Man justice. Stay toasty.